Yes, I'm done going for world record in Spyro any percent, and it's a big weight off my shoulders because I think it's time for me to transition slowly into making more videos about cool old games, as well as trying to learn new speedruns and trying more casual games on stream while also speedrunning Spyro, not for world record, not to be the best that's ever lived, but just for fun and to just be the best that I can be. So if that's all you wanted to know, feel free to click off this video now, but before you go, I did want to share a little story that kind of illuminates why I feel this way. That was sort of the catalyst, a big crash that sort of woke me up and got me to where I am today. So feel free to listen into this story and get a deeper kind of sense of my feelings if you would like. But if that's all you wanted to see, thank you for watching. Yeah, I want to tell you all a little story that happened to me recently. Last weekend, I was skateboarding in the rain, a very long, arduous skate home from the city, actually. And I had had a few drinks and I had fallen forward, just silly, just like fallen forward and scratched up. You can still see like a little bit of scarring right there, I think. Scratched up my face, scratched up my arms, you know. I'm okay, obviously. But in that moment, I kind of stood up and I had this moment of like, what am I doing? You know, like what's going on with my life? I'm just sitting here grinding Spyro, trying to keep up with Composer. And, you know, if at best I can get close and then Composer is just outpacing me again. And this person, after I crashed on my skateboard, this person came, you know, out of their car. They saw me fall over. I'm all bloody. They come over and they're like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And it was funny. All I was thinking about was like, man, like, you know, I should be playing Spyro now, right? Like, what am I doing all this? But at the same time, while this person was helping me look for my glasses, which we did not end up finding, by the way, these are my backup pair. While we were looking for it, I was like, you know what? Like, why should I be at home playing Spyro, trying to do the same thing I've been doing for the last 5, 10 plus years? Like this, I felt so like alive and so present. Like, I don't really know how to describe it, but like, if any of you guys do like a physical activity where sometimes you get hurt, like skateboarding, you'll know that you sort of start to masochistically enjoy falling. You know, not to the point where you're seriously injured, but like, just like a little scuff here or there, like this accident sort of makes you feel alive. And it kind of woke me up. It jostled me, into realizing that I don't really care about getting world record anymore. I don't care about being the best Spyro player anymore. You know, I think I've already proven to everyone out there that like, I'm pretty good at this game. I still have a really strong record in 120%, but the truth of the matter is that Composer is just on another level than me in this particular category, any percent. And the way I see the enjoyment they have for the game and the excitement they have for picking up new strategies or incorporating older things that in researching and developing practice codes, they have a whole different relationship to the game than I think I have. Where for me, I'm just going at it every day, kind of like a job. You know, I treat playing Spyro like this hobby job that is more of an emotional mirror of who I am with the game, and I'm like how I'm growing as a person alongside the game, more so than the actual runs itself. And as time has been going on, it's been more and more of like an emotionally introspective journey. And you guys will know this if you watch me stream. I'm always talking about, you know, my feelings and stuff when I'm playing, and you know, what I do and don't want to be okay with, and all that sort of like, you know, touchy feely kind of stuff. Not so much the freaking actual being the fastest player ever. And yeah, that same day that I crashed on my skateboard, I went home all bloody. You know, I still made the rest of the trek home in the rain, and then I go on my phone and I see and it's funny because when I'm out and I'm skating, I don't have my phone with me is another thing. I just like to, you know, just have my ID or whatever and maybe a credit card, and that's it. And so that way I'm like fully disconnected from all this internet stuff, all that, you know, just be one with the world and nature. And so I get home, and of course the first thing I do is get on my phone, and there's Composer on a fucking world record run in the end game, and they clutch it out for the, I don't know, for the dozenth time. You know, they've improved the record again. And at that time, they'd gotten a 36:23. In fact, they just improved the record at the time I'm recording this. They improved the record again with a 36:22. And in both of these runs, they're incorporating strategies that nobody has even tried before in the game, like pause exiting, icy flight, doing a cakeless backup and jock, do it first run ever with Fasty Nork, or first world record ever with. So it's like, wow, like I'm looking at this and I can't help but like take a step back and just be like so impressed, so proud. I mean, proud is like maybe the wrong word. It's not like Composer's my son or anything, but I'm just so like I don't know what the word is. I'm so admiring of Composer's resolve in this game and their whole attitude and what makes them excited about playing. And the more I look at them and compare that to myself, the more I'm realizing I don't want this. I don't want to be trying so hard to keep up with this person who just clearly is on another level. And for what, like I already have such a nice and supportive community here of people that just enjoy, my runs just to enjoy them. It's not like everyone watching me wants to see world record anyways. But I think over the last year or so, I've really, or years, I guess, I've really kind of regressed into this like, okay, I just do runs and not even making YouTube videos about whatever. It's like, or trying new games. Like, don't do any of that. Just focus on runs and getting the best runs possible and getting world record. But I look at Composer and I realize, wait a minute, like, I'm not like that. I'm not the type of guy that's like really I say on this YouTube channel that, oh, I'm going for world record. Oh, can I catch up with Composer? But it's like, dude, I don't even, if I'm really being honest, I don't care about that. I just like playing the game and hanging out with you guys and streaming and talking about my feelings. And so after this skateboarding accident and seeing another record by Composer, I'm just like, it was the first time I was like, dude, like, let me take my ego out and just be happy for Composer and just play the game like the way I want. And like, I don't have to have world record in this category. I don't have to beat Composer. Like, why do I have to why does that have to be the goal? It's not the goal, not anymore. It's not. So I'm making this video to like really clarify like that. I'm moving into a more, I don't want to say like casual era with my gaming, but like the sort of stuff you're going to see on this channel, you're going to see a lot of Spyro still. I'm not done playing Spyro. I'm definitely still grinding any percent. I'd like to get one more PB in that, but I would also like to move on to Spyro 2 as well as go back to Spyro 120%, because that's just like my lifeline, that category. That's like my heart and soul, and I've felt over this last year grinding any percent just more and more like just it's always been this battle against like my disdain for the category. It's like, oh man, here's another run that I have to reset, and it's like I'd rather just play the whole game and have fun. And it's such a hard place to be in, I think, mentally, when you're trying to be as good of a speedrunner as you can, when you're getting top level times. But you still want to just enjoy the experience and not be stressed out with record. It's like, I want to be the best I can, but I want to be okay with not being the best I can type shit. So a lot of times these feelings are at odds with each other. And I think right now I'm at a bit of a breaking point with those feelings that I think it's time for a change in my approach to speedrunning and my approach to just generally like this YouTube channel and everything. Like, I think I've had a really genuinely good run of like really focusing on world record and being like Mr. God at Spyro. But I think I'm ready now to just do runs, have fun, get PBs in other games, learn other speed games, not just Spyro, stuff like this, stuff like, tons of other games. Go back to old speedruns I learned years ago, like Katamari Damacy, maybe some racing games. I've been playing a lot of Mario Golf lately, and these games have been so fun. RuneScape, you guys know I've been doing the RuneScape streams, and I get so amped up playing these other games after my Spyro grind that I think I'm going to be focusing a lot more on that in the future. And I just want to say thanks, to everyone who supports me in that. Anytime I talk about this sort of stuff on stream, I always get a sea of messages of people being like, dude, we're here for you, not the record, and that really means a lot to me. I know there are some of you out there that probably just watch me for high level speedrunning and don't really care about the commentary, touchy feely aspect of it. You just want to see the best time possible. And I totally respect that. I get it. But I think the majority of you guys watching right now, at least of you guys that are actively like commenting and stuff, really are on board with this sort of like, with this gradual slow change. It's not like I'm done speedrunning or anything. but I think I'm shifting my mindset away from world record. So my title isn't going to be speedruns for world record anymore. It's just going to be speedruns for a PB, you know, some casual stuff after. And that's going to be the plan for me moving forward. And as well, I would like to put out a few more sort of nostalgia bait kind of YouTube videos. You know, if you guys watch like any Austin, you know, stuff like that, where you're just exploring, you know, liminal spaces in old games. So, you know, that's just like one video idea, you know, amongst many. So I do want to get back into video making. I do want to get back into exploring new speed games, and new and old speed games. And I want to get back into just getting away from Spyro Any%. Over time, you know, again, I am going to keep playing Spyro Any% for now. I would like one more PB, but genuinely, I'm happy. I'm so happy with like everything I've done in Spyro over so many years. You know, we have such an amazing community here. I have such strong PBs in these games that, or I should say in this game, in Spyro 1, that, you know, I think this is like a happy this is I think a long overdue transition for me. And yeah, you know, it is a little bit of a melancholy like lament that it's like, oh man, I wish I could just have world record forever and just keep grinding the way I do, and that's good enough to just keep world record or keep improving world record, or that I could keep up with Composer. And maybe I could if I really shifted my mindset to try to be more like Composer, to try to be like really on the cutting edge of strategies and practice individual stuff here or there and really get into that. I could do it. I think it's within my ability to catch up to Composer even still. But I just know in my heart that that's not really what I want to do. I would rather just play the game and have fun with my stream, with my chat, with myself. Just be happy with just explore the emotional. Like I've always just preferred in speedrunning, just exploring the emotional side of the hobby, and not so much like be so centered on the actual times. And like I said, I've made this YouTube channel like, you know, really seem like, oh, all that matter, I'm going for record, guys. Can I get record? What about this? What about this PB? What about that? You know, it's speedrunning gets very, you know, single-minded about the end time. And I'm ready to officially say, like, at this point, I'm done going for record. It's kind of it's a surreal thing for me, you know, and I think this is a lot of what I'm going through right now is a lot of what Saboom went through back in the day when I was improving 120% beyond a point that they could keep up. I think they had to grapple with a lot of that same sort of feeling. And so to see it from that side now, from the hardworking second place player's side, there's a lot of tough and conflicting emotions there, but it all has to culminate in doing what you want, doing what feels good for you. And if it feels good for me to keep grinding record, you know, grinding Any%, grinding just for a PB or not even playing the game at all, I have to follow my heart here. And I really have to, as like a final note of this video, I really want to say like a big thank you to Composer for really taking Any% as well as Vortex, just taking Spyro 1 to a new level. I really I don't think I would have had this sort of catalyst transition that I think I needed if not for someone pushing me like that. Someone really like making me look at my own gameplay and say like is this really like good enough like to call myself like a world record grinder? You know, and to be able to say, you know, no, and that's okay. Like I want to do something different. Like I really have to thank Composer for letting me like look into myself for that, for helping me find my purpose, I suppose, unintentionally. And as well, you know, just everyone who plays Spyro 1 still, it's still a very active speed game. Tons of people, you know, Laura and tons of others, you know, in the Discord, like the awesome speed game. But, you know, the truth is I'm not going to be playing this one game or the one category, you know, forever for the rest of my life. It's been over a decade now, and it's time for a little change, I think. Not a big change, not an insane, like, you know, I'm not going to start dyeing my hair pink or anything, you know, to match my lights and, you know, start fucking, you know, making reaction clips all day, you know. I'm not going to go on my ninja, you know, PewDiePie era or anything, but I think now is like a slight shift away from world record. And I just wanted to say that like out loud and make a video kind of talking about it And if you watch this to the end, I just want to say thank you again for being a part of the journey and being a part of it. I am going to be working on some more just like nostalgia-y videos in the future, so look forward to those. But yeah, I mean, if you've been following me along on my journey all this way for, you know, even if it's just recently or for years, I want to say thank you. You know, like thank you for helping push me, not just to get world record, but to do what I want in speedrunning and gaming. Like I truly have like a dream life because of you guys. And I couldn't ask for a better community. If you guys, if I had more people that were like that weren't as emotionally involved, like that were just more like, oh, fucking, you know, just get a good run and shut the fuck up, you know, maybe this decision would be harder if that were the case, but that's not the case. It's everyone here is fucking, all you guys are just amazing, cute, beautiful, stoned, you know, Spyro, you know, just nostalgia. I think a lot of us here just like these old games, you know. It's not like this is some like heated, you know, neck and neck, like, oh, you have to kill composer. And then, you know, it has to be a big competition or else it's not even interesting at all. You know, it's like, it's not like that. I feel like to most of you guys just like Spyro. So in the spirit of that, I'm going to keep playing Spyro and keep playing some of these old classics that some of you, maybe more of you may remember. And yeah, I just want to be the best I can be in this respect. Not so much anymore in like the literal end time of speedrunning respect. So more PBs to come. Still playing any percent for now, done going for world record, and trying to dip my toes into other games and YouTube videos is the TLDR. And thank you again for watching. This, I know, is just kind of a circular rant, you know, where I say like a bunch of stuff over and over, but I feel like I had to get this video out there. Yeah, if you have any thoughts or whatever you feel like, feel free to share it down below. You definitely don't have to say anything, but I just want to say thanks for being a part of everything. And I love you guys so much. Looking forward to what the future holds. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.